Cutting dados with the shop-made Woodsmith Dado Jig and your router is pretty simple. A couple steps. The first is to lay out your dado location on your panel. Then you can position the jig over top of it. And on this jig, there's two different fences. One is fixed and one is adjustable. We want to position the fixed fence up against our dado line. Then it's a simple matter of grabbing the clamping foot and using the quick release action to slide it in until it's tight up against the workpiece. And then you can turn the knob to really tighten it down. Okay, now that it's locked in, we can set our dado width. And this is one of the things I really like. You can stand your workpiece up into the jig and slide this fence nice and tight against it. And once it's tight, locking down the knobs sets the fences in that position so you're sure that your dado is going to be nice and tight. So now that the jig's set up on our workpiece, we can go ahead and clamp the workpiece down to our bench. And now we can grab our router. And there's a couple things to look at on the router. The first is the bit width. Now this jig was designed for a 3/8 inch bit. And with this particular jig, it's important that you always use the diameter bit that you designed it for. So this one in particular is 3/8. That means to make a 3/4 inch wide dado, I'll need to make 2 passes. The next thing I need to set is the bit depth. You might say, oh, 3/8 of an inch, that's the standard dado depth. But you have to remember, we have hardboard on here. So we have to add an additional 1/4 inch to our bit depth. So here, I'll set the depth to 5/8 of an inch. Now with that set up, we're ready to go ahead and make our cuts. We're going to start with making a cut along one fence, and then we're going to turn and come along the other fence, going the opposite direction, making sure we're not back routing. All right, there we go. Let's check that fit. Boy, I don't know if you could ask for a better fit than that. There you have it. With this simple Woodsmith jig, cutting dados with your router is nice and easy. It's a fast setup, and the next time you have a project that has dados, you'll be glad you built it.